going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Let's get into it today. Man. Hope everybody's doing good today on this Friday. I know a lot of y'all, you out with your spouse or your husband and your wife or your girlfriend and your boyfriend, probably out there enjoying yourselves. But just make sure you don't limit, your love for a person just to one day. Make sure you don't do that. Make sure you give that person love every day. It shouldn't just take one day of somebody telling you to do something to tell somebody you love them or show them you love them. You're supposed to show somebody love, whenever you get a chance, because you never know when you don't see somebody again. So if you limit it to one day and you make it super special, then how much do you actually love the person when it comes down to it? Okay. So, all right. So today I wanted to get into a couple of, I just wanted to help you elevate your mind a little bit as far as, the fear amongst, the Black community about plant medicine, any community, but mostly I'm from the Black community, in this lifetime. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit, about the fear that I've seen, with the Black community when it comes to plant medicine. Yeah, my wife, she'll be answering some of your questions on it if y'all have some questions. I'm not gonna digress in this video. This is just it's gonna be a deep one. All right. So if y'all want to watch it on the replay, you can watch it on the replay. But when it comes down to it, the fear, a couple of weeks ago, somebody told my mother, what's up with Reggie doing LSD? Like, I don't do LSD, but they can, construe it as a drug or an addict or something like that, when it's just like you taking Haritaki, just in a different form. Now, one thing I noticed upon every trip that I went to when I did plant medicine is that they wanted you to be on a specific diet. Now, before I get started, I want to do a disclaimer. I'm not telling y'all to do anything. I'm just giving you my own opinions. I am not a doctor. Obviously, if you're on medication, I'll get into that as far as medication and plant medicine, how it will not ever mix. Medication and plants, really don't mix well, but medication and plant medicine that elevate your consciousness will never mix. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you try to do. Anywhere you go to take plant medicine, it will never, ever mix. My experience with plant medicine is very in-depth now. Definitely, because, I had to set a disclaimer because this is going to be a wild one. I'm going to be as truthful as I possibly can, because this is part of my purpose on Earth. Part of, my plant medicine experiences, I thought I was a melanated man. I thought I was an earthling, but I'm only another species of somewhere else. I'm not going to tell you what species I am. I might get into it. I might just forget and just say it, but I'm just in a melanated body, and part of me, my only reason to come on Earth was to elevate the people that have a lower consciousness, that have false beliefs, that have been tricked and robbed. Yes, I'm a starseed. Yes, definitely. And it all started with Haritaki. Like, before that, it started with the law of attraction. Me leaving the church and everything, realizing what's really going on, and you just go after that. This is probably a reason why a lot of y'all found me. I have a lot of helpers. I have a lot of guides that help me throughout this plane of existence. And about 10 years ago, if you would have heard me speaking, I probably would have thought I was crazy, and that's because of the dogmatic lies that I was told. That's because of the false beliefs that I was told. That's because of a lot of things that I was told coming up. And now I know what the origin of a lot of things are. I'm not going to give it all to you because it's a lot, but because I'm still trying to, digest a lot of this stuff mentally and spiritually. But when you hear it, you ever hear something for the first time ever, never hearing it before, but when you hear it, it makes perfect sense, like you already knew it. That's because you're probably not from here. That's because you're probably already in it. You just don't know it yet. You just don't have a memory of it. Now, as far as plant medicine, my plant medicine experiences started with Haritaki. When I did Haritaki first, I realized how much it elevated my conscious mind. When I did things like chlorella, spirulina, to detox my body, I realized the body's the conduit to the mind, because if my body wasn't clean, my mind would never elevate it to a conscious level. And I would never see what I see. I would never, tap into the abilities that I have that the Most High gave me long ago. And I was walking on this earth like a goddamn zombie. And I just didn't know who I was. And not knowing who you are, you'll get into all kinds of stuff. You'll become just whatever society tells you you want to be, whoever you're following. And that's what I see a lot of these people doing when it comes down to it. So it started with Harataki, and Harataki is something that elevates the non-mechanical parts of your brain. And when you start there, if you're really somebody like me that has a different purpose, and you really want to figure out your purpose because you feel like something is different about you, you must search for that difference. You must ask for that difference. You must ask for it to be revealed, and it's going to be revealed slowly. So you must have patience. So I had set on a I had made a conscious thought to say, listen. One day I was watching Joe Rogan, and I said I wanted to do ayahuasca because he's talking about ayahuasca and DMT, and I'm like, what the heck is DMT? I don't know nothing about that. It sounds really intense, but for me, I'm all about intensity, and I live on. My mom says I live on the edge. I don't think I live on the edge. I think I live just out how we all should live. To other people, it may be looked at as living on the edge because it's fearless. When it comes to living, when it comes to taking plant medicine, I am fearless. I don't have time to play games. And one of the reasons why I'm here is to elevate the minds of people around me, which is why I was saying things like, my name is Coach Reg, aka Mr. Intensity. My job is to help awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Hopefully that person is you. It just rang for me. And when I found out who I used to be, who I am, and why I'm here, I was a little upset because I'm like, man, that's a tough job to wake up people who really just are just at the bottom of society. Is very tough because when you're trying to help people they think you're lying to them and they think you're hurting them, they'll just attack you. And I've already been attacked by my own people in my own area where I grew up in, so that was the first taste I got of it. And I'm like, wow, I was just trying to help these people, and they just freaking broke my heart because I really was trying to help them. I was really trying to elevate all of us, not just me, because I'm not really selfish when it comes down to elevation. So when it comes down to it, when I found out who I found out through this substance called ayahuasca. When I went to go do ayahuasca, they wanted you to be on a 2-week diet before. You have to have no sex, no weed, no drugs, no medication, no sugar, no salt. 2 weeks prior to going to ayahuasca, which is why I always say the body is the conduit to the mind, because the body is how you get to the mind. The body is how you get to the spirit, soul, pineal gland activation. That's how you get to it, through the body. So if anybody has eaten healthy today, just put in the comment section of what you ate healthy, because a lot of y'all don't realize the power that you have to help each other through your experiences too. So if you ate something healthy today and somebody's looking for something to eat, just put it in the comment section right now so they can understand and they can see what you ate, so that can give them some ideas, because we are a collective consciousness, which means we all have to help each other out, not just me helping you out. Maybe there's something that you know that I don't know that can help me out. Of the day, a follower of mine, I don't like to say follower, somebody who subscribes to my stuff, he gave me some information on where I can do another plant medicine, and this is actually in America, and this is probably one of the greatest things he could have done for me. And I really appreciate him for that. And he put me on to something that I did not know, and I'm going next week to go do it. A plant medicine called Cambo. It's just wild. But back to the ayahuasca trip. I'm not going to digress too much. Back to the ayahuasca trip. When I went to go do ayahuasca, if you aren't, it was like 13 of us there, or 10 or 11. It was like 12. It was like 12 people there. And everybody was on their diet. Everybody wanted a good experience because we spent some money to go. Obviously, all of us. We took planes. We went to Peru. Like, we're going across the freaking world. We're going to eat healthy. But two of us didn't. And two of us didn't take it serious while they were there. They were trying to take, like they were slipping cookies and stuff like that. And, trying to take medication. And both of those chicks did not have experiences. And they were pissed. Because if you don't respect the medicine doesn't respect you. And you won't have the experiences you're looking for. You can't cheat your way in there. That's why I always say, when you're on plant medicine, such as my stuff, Harataki, actual, whatever I sell, whatever anybody sells, It's not going to work in a dirty body. It's not going to work in a body bed full of medication and all that stuff. And I'm not telling you to get off your medication. I'm just telling you what's going to happen when you're not all the way clean. It is what it is. I'm just telling you the truth, you know. And when it comes down to it, you have to understand that if you ever want to elevate your consciousness, you're going to have to focus on your diet, because diet is a big part of conquering yourself. Plant medicine in the Black community is very a scary topic. Like, oh my God, like that's a psychedelic, right? That's a drug, right? You're gonna see things, right? Like, yeah, like this is what we all able to do. You don't realize that right now all of us are vibrating. Well, some of us most of us are vibrating on third dimension. And maybe I'm going over your head, but maybe this should be a homework assignment to go search these things if you don't know what the third, fourth, and fifth, and third up to the freaking 12th dimension is. You don't know what vibration that you're on right now, what dimension that you're on, what conscious level, what you're perceiving on right now. I think you should know what's around you. I think you should know what existence is. And in my mind, I always had these thoughts because I was more than, what I thought I was. I thought I was just human, and just human, that's it. And I was so much more than that, past lives and all these things. And I found out exactly what species I was literally just today. Um, so when it comes down to it, when I did ayahuasca, the things that I saw, when you're doing plant medicine, there are certain things they ask you to make sure that, if you're going to be stable. First things first is, do you have any psych psychoactive? Do you take psychoactive substances? Are you on any psychiatric medication? Have you ever been in a psychiatric hospital? Do you have any psychotic issues, any schizophrenia, or anything like that? Because if your mind is already not stable, probably because of what you've been eating, or maybe what you've been taking, you're not going to be able to receive the plant medicine. It's just not going to work for you. Sorry to tell you, it's just what it is. So it's time to get your body and your mind right. But if you're somebody who doesn't have these issues, then you maybe, if you have these questions, it's time to stop living in fear and to embrace the fear, understanding that fear is something that you need to be courageous. People that aren't called courageous are not some people who didn't encounter fear. The people who push through their fear in order to get it done anyway. Those are people who are called courageous, heroes. People, so don't be afraid. Your fear is something that's there for you to break through a barrier. So, don't be afraid of that stuff. So, I've been taking plant medicine for the past almost a year. Like, I'm talking about higher consciousness plant medicine. Like, I've taken ayahuasca. That was, obviously in Peru. I've taken sapo. That's pretty much toad excretion from the Sonoran toad desert. They just take out the toad, they crystallize it, and you smoke it. It's 5 times DMT. You shoot off into what you're looking at the light, thinking that everything else is the light, but you realize that you are the light, and you realize that you're much deeper than what you ever thought you were, and you'll come back different. And you need this, because if you're somebody who's confused and you don't know what's going on, instead of just reading all the time what somebody else wrote, I rather experience. I'm an experiencer. Like everybody, like people always, talk, reading these things out of these books and all this stuff, but I mean, I've experienced it. So experience is better than what somebody wrote in the book, because if you wrote in the book, you weren't there, so you don't know if they're telling the truth. And because our books are so, flawed and twisted to push on an agenda, I don't trust most of those books, period, when it comes down to it. So I have to go there myself. And by going there myself, I realize how much books are BS. A lot of, not all of them, not even most of them, but specific books that are written by people who want you to do a certain thing, believe a certain thing. There may be some truth in it, but they change up the word and they skew it to make you pull certain things out of it, keeping you off of yourself. The person that's going to save you is you at the end of the day. It's inside of you all. You are the light. And you have to see that you are the light, part of God energy inside of you. You're not God. You can never be God, but you have energy that is God, which you can actually elevate your consciousness to move throughout other dimensions at will through astral projection and things of that nature. You can do these things. And most of us have psychic power. We just haven't. Some of us have tapped into it more than others. And the reason why I take these trips and I go out there and I'm fearless is because this is part of my purpose. I know what death is now, and I am actually looking forward to it. I'm not saying I want to kill myself, but I'm looking forward to it because death to me is no longer death, it's graduation to the next time. So you need to understand that. But if you don't understand what I'm talking about and you're like somebody who shuns it off automatically, then you have a lot of growth to do because this world is changing whether you like it or not. Right now we're like some of us are vibrating in the fourth dimension, and the next one is coming, which is the fifth, which is why you see a lot of people waking up and the consciousness changing, and there's so many stars in the sky because right now we're the biggest show in the universe, and everything out there is coming. Just so y'all know, it ain't gonna come yet because right now, if it came, it would be too much fear that would ensue. But just so y'all know and they're around. Just so y'all know, all right? And it's deeper than what you could ever think. But if you don't go on the search, you may think I'm just talking mumbo jumbo and craziness. So other things I've done, like I said, I did Sapo. I did you call them alien, but my spirit is alien, so I guess I'm an alien too. Aliens are just something from another planet. It is what it is. And there's millions of other planets out there that I know for a fact because I'm not from this one to begin with. You know? It is what it is. You know? Should I tell them who I am? What I am?
If you want to.
Yeah, okay, so I'm from a species called an avian. Avian. You can look it up. Avian. You might see them on the walls of Kemet, the bird people, basically what you want to call them. They come from mine come from the seventh dimension, but there are some that come from the 12th as well. But there's many species of aliens out there. But I mean, if you go on their planet, then you're an alien. Is what it is. Like that word alien has too much of a negative or a fear connotation to it because we watch too much movies, and the movies are there to program us to have fear. So if you understand these things, you'll understand that there's nothing to really be afraid of. I mean, there's a lot of them that are not good as well, like the reptilians who control this third, fourth density, third, fourth density consciousness, this plane of existence that we're on. There's 80% reptilians who are bad, 20% that are good when it comes down to it. And Reggie, I gotta talk to you because I got a message about you. Exact. That's the red. You see how he's commenting, right? And we just spoke about him
Yes.
before he was on this live, right?
Yes.
We were just talking about him. I just got a message about him through one of my channelers. I talk to many channelers and I speak to my guides. I know a lot. I go to a spiritualist church as well, and they channel in the churches as well. But I told y'all I'm different than I used to be, which is why I don't talk about this stuff too much because the fear of me is like I'm going to give you too much, and if you give people who are not used to this kind of information too much, they will run away from it and never come back to it. So I watch what I say. I watch how I say it, which is why I haven't talked about the third eye or nothing like that because I'm so far past the third eye. It's not even funny. Like the third eye was the beginning with before Harataki, just my health. And then Harataki made me just want to do things. Yeah, people aren't ready, but they need to be ready because it's coming whether they like it or not. But I've done Sapo. I did Rape. That's something they blow up your nose that opens the meridian points and you feel tingling in the back of your head and you're gone. We've done this thing called San Pedro. It's this cactus drink that makes you feel like one with nature. Like you go outside and you can feel everything. We've done these things. I've done shrooms. My first time I did shrooms, I did 6 grams. Just I wanted to go. So I did 6 grams, and I just got back from doing ibogaine. I did ibogaine in Mexico. Okay, I was there for 7 days. Now I'm looking for a better place for y'all to do ibogaine because the place that I went, the nurses and everybody else was great, but the owner, I did not like him at all. I did not like him. He did not treat me well, and I spent a ridiculous amount of money to go, and I was not treated well by this guy. So I got it because he treated all the other people right, but for some reason about me, he treated me like I was a second class citizen, and I paid too much money to go. So if y'all want to look into ibogaine, you can look into it. It's illegal in the USA, but there are other places outside where you can do it. There's other little things on the back end I'm not going to say online, but if you want to, figure out where you could do it for a good price, you hit me up on a private tip and we could talk about it. But it's certain things I won't say online because I want to protect people who actually have this stuff accessible to us. We just gotta be resourceful. But now you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. At the end of the day, if you want to learn about these things, and ibogaine is something that is for people who are like on drugs or depressed. For me, I took it because after what I learned from ayahuasca, it was a lot. And because I learned my task and how great we were as a people, it really put me into a sadness. Because if you know what I know and you see what I see with the eyes that I can see through, my people, well, the people that look like me are really at a point where it's very tough to get them out the hole they have dug themselves into, and they don't even know they're in a hole. They're comfortable in the hole. They like the dirt. They like the way it looks, and the darkness tastes good. It feels good. So because of that, if you're telling people who look like you this kind of information, they treat you like the enemy, like they did Jesus, basically, when it comes down to it. He was conscious, he had higher abilities, he tapped into himself, he told y'all that you could do it just like him because you have the abilities too, and they killed him for it. And anybody who brings different information to people who had such indoctrination that they believe it's real, then you're going to be attacked regardless. Which is why, I've been treated the way I've been treated by people that I know and love. Not everybody, not the closer ones, but others treat me like I'm a pariah. And that's cool because I don't like you anyway. So that's fine. I'm good with that. I'm actually good with cutting people off, honestly. The people who love me, yeah, we exactly. Thank you for that. We all do, and that's the thing people don't really understand. Everybody's waiting for the second coming, but it's already here. It's actually us. It's all of us. Christ consciousness. It's all of us, but you don't even realize that. You're waiting for something else to come, and it's actually in you. So I mean, when it comes down to it, y'all, the ibogaine trip, if y'all want to go, or y'all want to find another place to go, I don't recommend the place that I went to because the guy, he treated me like a second class citizen, and I didn't like it. I just didn't. Like you're supposed to talk to a therapist before you went. I didn't do that. After, didn't do that. And I felt like you just took my money and you gave me the treatment. I got a great experience from it because I did see other entities and what y'all call extraterrestrials. I did see them when I was under, clear as day, like something from Men in Black. But just the treatment was just like, here's this, take it. But it was messed up. It was messed up. And every time you go somewhere, like, this is why I go do these things, um, because I want to experience them so I can tell you what it's about. Because one thing I notice when I always travel is that my people who look like me are never where I'm at, never where I go. It's always the other ones that aren't afraid. And we of all should not be afraid because everything is against us anyway. So what the hell we got to be afraid of to begin with? You know what I mean? That's the thing. And this whole trick about race is another distraction. Racism is a distraction, and it is real. Oh shit, it's real. But it's a distraction from you seeing your higher self because it breeds negativity amongst both sides. So one side is on the offense, one side is on the defense, and it's interchangeable, and it's there on purpose because at the end of the day, I am melanated in this body, but in my spirit has nothing to do with Earth at all. So just so y'all know, you know what I mean? And you people who arguing with me, I don't debate things that one thing y'all need to know about me with all that stuff that y'all like to put in the comment sections and everything, because I'm gonna get a lot of religion people in here. I don't debate. I don't debate with people, which I don't debate facts. There's no need to debate facts. Why would I want to have a conversation with you if I've been there and I've experienced it? If you haven't tapped into yourself, if you haven't tapped into plant medicine, if all you're doing is reciting to me from a book and your faith, then you are not able to speak to me. If we can have a conversation about our experiences and where we went, then you can talk to me. But you can save your breath. I don't got time for it. 100%. I don't got time for it. And it's nothing, I don't have any dislike or hate for anybody. I have all love. I come with nothing but honesty and love, straight up. But a lot of y'all like to sit here and debate and argue, and it doesn't get anything done. That's the thing about a lot of us, we sit here, we argue, we talk about the problem, but never about the solution. What are we going to do for the solution? What's the plan to get out of this mindset? What's the plan to elevate our people? What's the plan to elevate our youth? And because nobody has a plan, I see the arguments taking place. I see the fights taking place, and I see the agenda being fulfilled through the arguments and the fighting and all that stuff. And I don't got time for any of that. Just so y'all know, I don't got time for that. I am here for the people who really want to win and elevate. And if you're not here to win nor elevate, I cannot help you. You are going to be lost. Come back and do it again, and that's on you. But the rest of us are going to elevate to 4 or 5D, and we're going to manifest greatness in our lives and understand who we are, because understanding who you are is the greatest thing that you can ever do in life. You understand? Because there's more to life and more to this density than you ever thought there would be. Just so y'all know. Okay? So, so I did ibogaine. Ibogaine was a great experience. I felt euphoria. It's working in my body for the next 4 to 6 months. The next one I'm going to do is Cambo and Bufo. All right? Cambo, toe venom, Bufo, toe venom. All right? And Cambo is about totally and utterly detoxifying everything in the body, lymphatic system, all that stuff. No matter how healthy you are, you might need, it's going to open you up to another level. There are many ceremonies taking place when I go there, and yeah, it's gonna be greatness. And they have like different sessions to take. I'm taking the most intense session because I need to see from the eyes of somebody who's taken all of it. So I go from level 10. I go to level 10. So I'll let y'all know how that goes. But I have no fear, because by attacking one fear, you just keep on going. Like, what else can I do? What else can I do? Because every time you come back, you're like, yo, I learned something new. I learned something new. And it just changes and alters your consciousness. And you realize that there's no time for hate. There's only time for elevation. And you must elevate thy brother, elevate your mama, elevate your sister, elevate your spouse, elevate your children. And if people around you don't want to elevate, do not waste your energy. Just be the example that they want to be. See, when people don't listen to you, when you talk about this stuff, don't push it on them. Don't push it on them. What you need to do is be the example. Instead of just saying, yo, you got to do this, you got to do this, and they're not trying to hear it, just be the example and let them watch you manifest greatness in your life. Because watching you, they are doing, just so you know. Because if you're talking this stuff, they're watching your actions. They're watching what you do when you go through stress. They're watching how your mind has changed. They're watching how you live. And when that person said that thing to my mom and my family about me on LSD, which I've never been on LSD. I don't know if LSD comes from nature, but the LSD wasn't on my list. But you can misconstrue ayahuasca, which I clearly said to this person, and they thought it was LSD. Tell my mom in front of everybody that was LSD, and my mom defended me. My mom said this, yo. My mom was like, listen, one thing I know about my son is I don't always agree with what he said, with what he does, but I try to hear what he's doing, and I'm watching his changes. She said he's never been smarter than ever. He's never been smarter than he's ever been. He's never been more focused than he's ever been. He's never been more centered than he's ever been, and never lived more righteously than he's ever been. That person stopped speaking. And 4 or 5 years ago, my mother would have shunned everything that I was doing. But instead of pushing on my mom, I became the example of a person and of a man and of a son my mother's always wanted to be. And no matter how I got there, she loves the man that I am now, so she felt a need to defend me to people who were trying to badmouth me. And I love my mom for that. Because 5, 10 years ago, I'm not sure she'd have done it, because my mom would have been, she may have not understood. But instead of always pushing it on her, my mother now understands, because now I am the example that people strive to be. I'm not perfect. I'm not this. No, I'm just living the best life that I possibly can, with morals and character and just righteous, because I don't lie, I don't cheat, I don't steal. I just try to be as honest as I possibly can. I don't womanize. I don't do none of that stuff, because I'm tapped in to the spiritual knowledge that I've already had from the jump. And the fact of the matter is, many of us have not tapped into that inner being, which needs not to read a book to tell us what's right and what's wrong. We already have the info, we already have the knowledge, but the fact of the matter is our diets are not good, which communicates to our minds, which means we cannot see straight. Understanding that through our diets is how our mind is activated, and then our pineal gland is activated. People, just so you know, you have it in you. Any plant medicine that you will take, you must make a serious commitment to thy body, that vessel. Your body is a vehicle, and the earth is AutoZone. As I always say, the body is the conduit to the mental. The mental. People say when they take my Harataki, they feel like they've never felt before. They feel like they can do anything. They feel like they can see, and they have unlocked this like ability. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And when I saw what it did to my body, what these supplements do to my body by having a clean body, why would you ever want to go back? There are no side effects. There are no brain fog. There is no sleepiness. There is focus. And when you are focused and when you're striving to be the better version of yourself, always competing, you're happy. You feel like a sense of euphoria when you're fighting to be better. When you're going through opposition, you're trying to manifest yourself out of the opposition, and then you're at greatness, and then you're like, wow, it wouldn't happen if I didn't encounter this opposition. Because why? Life happens for you. It doesn't happen to you. Just so you'll understand that. It happens for you, not to you. Everything is happening for you. You are here on this channel for a reason. Take heed to what I'm saying. I'm only here for one thing and one thing only, to elevate the world's consciousness and get the hell out of here and go back to my planet. Trust me, I'm trying to go back soon. So hurry up and elevate, because I don't like it here. Not much. Not maybe when it goes to 5D, then I'll probably like it, because we'll be able to do some wild stuff. But right now in 3D, it aggravates me. It aggravates me. But yeah, I was looking at the characteristics of an avian starseed. It's like 100% me, 100% me. And when I went to the reason why I didn't know I was an avian when I did ayahuasca is because I actually didn't think it went back that far. I just wanted to go back to Egypt to see who I was in Egypt. That was my first life in Egypt. I actually had multiple lives in Egypt. You know, I was an avian first. And if you look on the walls, there are a bunch of people, like you think that people just had masks on. No, they were actually giant bird people. Use your brains. They weren't wearing giant masks that looked like birds. They were actual giant birds that had humanoid figures. Facts. You know? So my next trip, my next journey that I go to when I do the bufo, because Campbell is not going to put you into that level. It's just going to cleanse you and get ready for the bufo. But when I go do the bufo, I'm going to set my intention and do it. And whenever you take any plant medicine, like I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's this. I don't care if it's just regular, just a plant. Like if you're just eating a tomato, set an intention for what you want that plant to do to your body. Set an intention for what you want that plant to do with your mind. Set that intention. All right? When you set that intention, you will manifest greatness in your life. All right? Understand that. You know what I mean? That's Roy, funny as hell. I happen to read that. That's funny. I hope they do. I hope they do, man. Funny as hell. That caught me off guard, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I hope they do got some hoops out there, because I ball. It's probably gonna be something like Avatar, where I go out there and do it, but you know, it might be even something better than basketball that we can't even fathom right now. You know, something that's going to fulfill my spirit, because maybe basketball is just a 3D kind of thing, and I'm experiencing the 3D stuff to the heighten of 3D. But when I go to, back to my planet, it's going to be my graduation. And like, I took on a challenge, because I'm going to tell you something right now. Something about me is I thrive when I'm under challenges. And when I first understood my purpose and what I was here to do, I wasn't too happy, because I realized how difficult it was going to be. But then my wife reminded me. She said, you do your best when you get mad. You do your best when you're under like the most pressure. I don't know how, but when you're under the most pressure, you seem to thrive under that kind of pressure. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So my spirit must thrive under pressure as well, obviously, because it resonates with me. So my avian spirit said, listen, what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna take on a wild one. We're gonna go to Earth and we ain't gonna talk to the white people. That's easy. They already happy go lucky for all the plant medicine. We're gonna talk to the black people. Those the ones you got those the ones who ain't gonna hear you. Those the ones that are gonna fight you tooth and nail. And when I found it out, I was like, oh my God, are you serious? I gotta fight. So you people who are on my channel, I appreciate you. You people who have bought my products, I appreciate you because I wouldn't be in business if you didn't. And most of y'all are African American. Not all of y'all. Not all of y'all. And like I say, it's not about race. It's about spirit. It's not about race. Race is the vehicle you drove into. If I am a team of Corollas that are red and you're just a team of Camrys that are white, we have the same engine. Just so y'all know, if y'all understand that analogy that I said, race is literally color. That society has told you is literally the problem. The problem is spirit, not race. I know some bad black people out here, and I know some good white people, and vice versa. Understand that. So it's about your soul, like my man Drippin' Pate said, it's about your soul family. Get with your soul family. Because I have seen poison on both sides, and I have seen love on both sides. So don't, I just have a certain talent. I just got to elevate the ones who are the lowest. And right now, we at the lowest. You know what I mean? We at the lowest. So it is what it is. I like challenges. But I want y'all to stop being so scared, yo. You're so scary. You're so scary. Stop being so scared. You ain't scared to go to the liquor store and go drink some Henny. You ain't scared of that. That ain't going to elevate your mind. That's not going to elevate your mind. It keeps you on the bottom. It's not going to elevate your mind. You're not afraid of that stuff. Listen, if we got to go outside and worry about police, and I don't even worry about police no more. Like, I don't even bring that into my reality. Like, for real. Like, if I got pulled over, I'm surprised. Like, oh, really? I bought that. What did I do to bring that to my reality? You know what I mean? But, yo, real talk. All the problems that we have exist, but when you focus on them, they come to you even more. When you watch things like the news, they come to you even more. When you're around people who are negative, they come to you even more. Change your mindset. Change your consciousness, people. I need you to win. I need you to. I can't leave until you do. When it comes, I can't leave. Understand? I'm compelled to make you great, to show you. Listen, I'm not the person who's going to make you do it. I'm the person that's going to make you think about doing it. I just plant the seed. You the one gotta water it. You gotta put the sun on it. I'm just planting the seed. So if anything that I'm saying is pissing you off, just look up what I'm saying. Simple as that. Or try it. What do you have to lose to try one of the things that I'm saying? I speak nothing but positivity. I have nothing but positivity. I don't come on here all negative. Maybe you're looking for that. I'm not here to entertain you. Sometimes I'm funny, but that's what everybody else is about, entertainment. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the real stuff, y'all. Saving yourself. I look on social media and it's nothing but ratchet bullshit. And I hate that. But if you feed into that, then you're a part of the problem. And as I was telling my son today, I said, yo, Reg, if you don't want to win, if you're going to be on your cell phone like that, and you want to stay in the dirt, you're my opposition. I told my own son that today. So I said, unless you want to elevate your mind and get on a team of being great, you are my problem. He looked at me like, oh shit. My dad said, yes, I did. Because any soul who is not trying to elevate your mind for the people, for the future, you are part of the problem. Simple as that. I don't care how you feel about what I'm saying. It's true. Listen, anything that you're doing on earth right now, that you're making money with right now, that you're doing right now, if it's not helping somebody else evolve their mind or body or finances or place of existence, then you are not helping anybody but self. And if you're helping anybody but self, then you are part of the problem. Life, collective consciousness, is about the consciousness, the collective. It's not about self. Self is division. Understand that. That's division. That's what the people who control this world, entities that control this world, are about. The highest form of division of thought. When you divide thought, you divide families. When you divide families, you do not evolve. Understand? That's what it's about, y'all. And I've only learned this through going there myself. Something about this, I'm like, yo, and I know why I don't trust the books now. Because I had several lives which were in times where it was real. Like everything the books were written about, I was there. And I have memories of it now. I know how great Kemet was. I know how the pyramids were built. I know how the technology was. I know right now, humans are still in a sleep state. Many humans are still in a sleep state. And I don't know how long it will take to wake the most up. But right now, humans are in a sleep state. Most of them. Many of us are elevating. Many of us are moving. But the more, the better. Because it's so many of us that are not compared to the ones who are. We got to keep it going, y'all. We gotta get this generation. Because right now, next generation is up. They up. You know what I mean? They up. You know what I mean? So we got to put it into them. And if you're a parent, it's not trying to elevate your child, and you're always thinking about yourself, and you're selfish, and you're part of the problem as well. Simple as that. I keep it a buck. I keep it 100 with my kids. Straight up. Because I know that when I was coming up, I wasn't always kept 100. You know what I mean? And that's not my parents' fault. They just didn't know everything. They didn't have the information that we have. And for all the years I was blaming my parents, like, how come they didn't teach me this? How come they didn't teach me that? Because they weren't in the age that we're in. We're in an age of elevation and information. So it's up to us to find the information to give to our children. Otherwise, they're going to get some other information. And they're going to be raised by some other information. You know? So it's either going to be you or it's going to be the world. And we know where the world's going to take you because we know who controls the world. 4D reptilians. That's what controls the world. And if that's over your head, just look it up. Shape-shifting reptilians. Simple as that. Behind our government and behind our presidents. It is what it is. And I'm not afraid of death anymore because I understand death is literally graduation. So I'm going to push the envelope now. I'm going to push the envelope. I don't care. You know? So, because I know what it is. I know what it is, and I know what human beings are capable of. We can travel through dimensions while we already are traveling through dimensions while we're sleeping. We're already doing that. We're already going to other dimensions in our dreams unknowingly. We're already doing that. We have so many abilities. It is literally God unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Plant-based food and medicine is your fuel for higher consciousness, thought, mind, body, and soul meshing in one. That is the key to your evolution, people. I am begging you to get together. Because I am sick of watching the youth disrespect each other, disrespect the adults, just loving ratchetness. Tired of it. And I'll be here until they take me out. And if they take me out and I'm not done my job, I'll come back and do it again. Because I guess I'm that kind of spirit. Simple as that. So I'm challenging you today to take on plant medicine. Try to clean your bodies to the best of your ability. I'm not this guy that's going to tell you to stop eating meat and be vegan. I don't care about that anymore. I care about your diet. And if you're eating plant-based meat, so be it. Just make sure you do it in moderation. Make sure it's organic. Make sure it's plant-based. And it's a certain way I'm going to teach you later on how to pray over your food to cleanse the energy out of your food that is in your food. Because when your animals before they die, they hold on to energy which you people absorb. So if you're going to eat meat, there's a way to eat it. Simple as that, because they ate meat in Kemet as well. They did. They weren't plant-based all over before. They ate meat. They hunted food. Yes, they did. I saw it. I was there. You can't debate this with me. You can't debate your books with somebody who went there. Sorry. Sorry, you can't do that with me. It doesn't work here. I went there. All right? So, and I'm going there again at least 4, 5 to 6 times a year through plant medicine. But you can also do that through astral projection as well. And you don't have to be in sleep paralysis to astral project. The source is within you. But you can't ever see it. You can't even be open to it unless you start to embark on a different lifestyle. Stop drinking liquor. Stop taking heavy loads. I can't even tell y'all because, listen, you already know what you should stop doing. You know what you should stop doing. You already know. So all you got to do, this is the fastest way to get to where you got to go. Ask yourself, yes, crystals as well. You see, I got crystals on all over the place. Crystals is chakras, baby. Anyway, y'all know I already know. Listen, I'm in this health all the way around. But all you got to do is ask yourself, and it's wild how the answer pops into your head. Right now, what am I doing right now that is causing my destruction? And the answer will pop into your head so fast that you won't even believe it. Ask the question right now. Pow! Right? It comes right into your head. And then ask yourself a question. What can I do that will change the path that I'm on? Because right now you can go to infinite timelines. Right now you're on like 1,000 timelines right now. And every choice you make creates a new timeline in your life. Right? Every single choice you make, a new timeline. Boom, 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 boom. Now you are the controller of your timeline. Okay? You control your destiny. So whatever choice you make, just because a psychic told you, does not mean it's etched in stone. You can change your timeline. So right now, you can change it with the choices that you make today, not tomorrow, today. And ask yourself a question, what can I do today that's going to help my higher self elevate in this world of 3D or 4D or 5D today? And the answer will pop into your head. And sometimes it's the most simplistic answer that possibly could be that you may shun it because you're into your ego. Your ego needs to die just for a little while so you can see it, right? Your ego needs to die, right? Sometimes, because we all have an ego, but when you're under plant medicine, your ego dies for a little while and you realize how much you matter and how much you don't matter at the same time, okay? So ask yourself the question and write it down and then just start to move in that direction. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm transparent. It's not gonna be easy. It's going to be probably the biggest challenge in your complete existence. But the biggest challenges always come with the biggest rewards as well, people. Just so y'all know. So that's all I got for y'all today. I'm gonna leave it here. I hope that somebody learned something today. Go to the website. We got discounts. We got all that stuff. You already know what I do. You know what I sell. You know how high quality it is. I told you I got helpers behind me. I have entities that are non-physical helping me. And what y'all need to do is y'all got to tap into your non-physical support. Because right now, you're only tapping into your physical support. But you need to tap into your non-physical support. Simple as that. And what I've done is I've always been tapped into my non-physical support unknowingly. But understand, you need to understand that your non-physical support is also important as well. Okay? But it will be the biggest challenge that you've ever done because you're looking within yourself. And right now, humans are heavily conflicted, trying to understand who they are. The reason why you're conflicted is because right now in this matrix, we're receiving upgrades every single year. Since 2012, we've been receiving upgrades. So I just want y'all to know we're in the age of Aquarius and it's about to be full force in about a couple of years. So I hope you're prepared because if you're not going to be ready and you're going to be scared shitless. And I don't want y'all to be scared shitless because you refuse to tap into yourself. You have all the answers. You have all the solutions. Tap into the knowledge that you already have because you're an infinite being having a human experience. And understand this, y'all people. Listen, understand this. We never die because we're never born. You hear me? We never die because we're never born. We're only incarnated into this physical body that you see before us, but we're never dead. We never die. All right? So I don't know what people are saying on here. I don't know. But I don't got time for that. But when it comes down to it, I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all soon. Peace.